Plaintiff Shamika Battle says the defendant dated her sister. And despite the fact that Shamika's sister broke up with the defendant 4 years ago, he still lives with her parents. Shamika is suing her sister's ex for an unpaid loan. Defendant Sean Mamdeen insists Shamika has a crush on him, so much so that she calls him at all hours of the night and harasses him while he's on dates with other women. Sean is countersuing for the harassment.
Start with you.
If I can say, with all due respect to your wife, my mom loves you.
All right.
But I know you've heard.
She doesn't love me in the romantic way.
No.
I don't think my wife minds her just loving me. I love her.
No.
I love the world. I love all of humanity. But no, my wife doesn't get bothered by women who just love me. Unless they say, so I love him and I want to be with him.
Well,
Then she might get a little nervous. She might grab her stick. All right. Thank you, though. Tell your mom thank you.
With all due respect to your wife, my mom loves you.
All right.
But I know you've heard.
She doesn't love me in the romantic way.
No.
I don't think my wife minds her just loving me. I love her.
No.
I love the world. I love all of humanity.
Plaintiff Shamika Battle is suing her sister's ex-boyfriend, who claims Shamika has such a crush on him that she harasses him while he's on dates with other women.
Go ahead.
But I know you've probably heard many strange stories in your time. Well, I'm about to give you another one to add to your list.
All right.
The defendant here met my sister off of the internet. He came to dinner and never left.
What does that mean? They start dating and they dated every day, or did he spend the night every day?
He spent the night and was supposed to be leaving the next day, I presume. And
he moved in?
And moved in.
Immediately?
Immediately.
Who was living there? Your parents?
It was my parents, my sister.
And they didn't mind?
Well, I guess not, because my mom did not ask him to leave.
They didn't ask him to leave. They didn't say, wait a minute. You're all right having a dinner, but no, you can't stay here overnight or the rest of the relationship. So go ahead.
My mom's a real kind-hearted person and don't want to see him on the street. But
all right, he didn't have to pay rent?
No.
All right, and she loves me, right?
Well,
so I can definitely move in for free. If he moved in for free because she's kind-hearted, go ahead.
But my sister parted from him about 4 years ago and now lives with someone else.
How long did he stay at the house with your parents?
He still lives there.
Okay, go ahead.
That's not true.
And I guess my sister was moved with his Jamaican accent and all the lies that he told her as far as he has a house in New York and he owns a restaurant and all the money he has, and really he has nothing.
Where do you all live, or where do your parents live?
My mother lives in Arizona, Mesa, Arizona.
Okay, so he comes to Arizona and talks about how big he lives in New York.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead, sir. Let me hear from you.
Yes, Your Honor, sir, the only reason we're here right now today is because the plaintiff had a crush on me and things didn't go the way she wanted to.
A crush?
All right. Let me ask you first to respond to the things she said about you. She said you came over and you moved in with her family and you still live there.
That's not true.
All right. You've never moved in with her family?
Yeah, I stayed there for a while.
How long did you stay?
Like a year.
And when did you move out?
08, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And you've lived in New York since 08?
Yeah, I lived in New York.
Since 08?
Yeah, and then I moved back out there like last August.
And where did you stay in?
Her mom asked me to come and
So
help
you
her.
went back to the mom. You're playing games with me. Tell me about that. When did you last live with them?
2 years ago.
Okay. Where do you live now?
New York.
When did you go back to New York?
I went back to New York in 08.
Playing games again. We just discussed that. Because after 08, didn't you go back to Arizona?
Yeah, I got a son in Arizona.
Sir, I want to know, when is the last time you lived in Arizona?
010.
You see why I say we're playing games? Or you're a big liar? Is that what it is? You've said 3 different things. You do know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
So why did you tell me 3 different things, sir?
I misunderstood the question.
Ma'am, I'm not going to even play with him. You see, he wants to play games. I believe you. I believe that he's still staying there. And let's get to why you're suing him.
Well, I'm suing him because I obviously fell in his trap. He came to me and asked me to borrow $2,000 for an investment and for a restaurant. And me trying to be kind and help him and trying to accept him like as a brother.
When was this?
It was April 27th of 2011.
Did you ask your sister about it?
I did not, sir.
Why not?
Me and my sister kind of don't have that kind of relationship.
Well, how do you have a relationship with him?
He's like a brother to me.
How did he become like a brother to you if you and your sister don't get along?
I found out afterwards.
Found out what afterwards?
That he's a scam artist. They're no longer together, sir. They parted 4 years ago. My sister no longer lives with my mother. My sister now lives with her new boyfriend.
He lives with your mother, but your sister doesn't.
Yes, they're no longer together,
I know,
sir.
that's what I'm saying. He still lives with your mother.
Yes.
Your sister doesn't live there.
Correct.
And they don't get along, obviously. He and your
Correct.
They do not.
They do not get along.
All right, but he gets along enough with the family to stay there.
You can tell now, yes. Well, he don't get along. I don't get along with him. We wouldn't be
the loan?
here. Yes.
You got along with him up to the loan.
Yes, sir.
So much so that you would loan him $2,000. Pardon me?
Yes.
You looked down when I asked
I'm sorry.
that.
Yes.
Okay. He says you were coming on to him.
No. Why would I come on to him? He has no job.
I know. Why
He
would you
has
give
nothing.
him $2,000 if you know he had no job?
Well, because he said.
You all forgot where you were coming?
No.
You all thought you could play games with me and give me this bad logic? You got along with him up to the loan.
Yes, sir.
So much so that you would loan him $2,000. Pardon me?
Yes.
You looked down when I asked.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. He says you were coming on to him.
No. Why would I come on to him? He has no job.
I know. Why
He
would you
has
give
nothing.
him $2,000 if you know he had no job?
Because he said.
Plaintiff Shamika Battle is suing her sister's ex-boyfriend, who claims Shamika has such a crush on him that she harasses him while he's on dates with other women.
What was the agreement on the loan, ma'am?
He promised me that he would pay me back on May 13th of this year.
All right.
And he keeps telling me 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Well, I don't have any more 2 weeks for him to keep telling me. And I loaned it to him under the stipulations that he signed a promise agreement.
He should stop telling you no, no, no. Right?
Yes.
Yes, she said.
No,
I'm
what?
referring when he says no, no, no to your advances.
Oh, God, no. I don't know. No.
All right.
I do not.
Sir, what do you say
No.
about this? I know you say she's coming on to you and that's why she gave you the $2,000. That's pretty much what you're saying. You said the only reason we are here today is because she comes on to me.
Yeah, she flirted with me and stuff like that.
No, I do not. Your
Right,
Honor.
man.
I usually I don't drink, so normally she go to the club. I usually take her and pick her up. And one day she asked me if I could take her to the club, and I said no, I can't do it. I'm going on a date tonight. And the following day, that's when all the texts start about the money and all that stuff.
Okay, so you're saying that when you told her that you were going on a date, that's when she made this an issue.
Yeah, cause when the deal didn't went through with I was trying to get a food cart, and I gave the money to somebody else to get the cart, and it didn't fell through. And I told her what happened, and she said, okay, when he pay you, you pay me.
That is not correct, sir. That is not correct. I was asking him before he went on the date, and I figured if he can go on a date and take little girls on a date, he could pay me my money.
I see what you're saying.
And if it wasn't that he was paying for it, he could have told her.
Cost me $20. Is you mad because the man going on a date? When were you expected to pay, sir?
I was supposed to pay her, I think it was May May 25th. Or
All
something.
right, and you haven't, right?
No, I haven't. I
So
haven't got the
wha-
money to pay her.
All right, so your only defense is you don't have the money to pay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know that's not a legal defense, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, anything else?
Well, I'm also countersuing her for harassment.
Okay, $2,000 for harassment. What has she done?
She ever since I told her I was going on that date, she's
Know that
texting
Quiet,
me,
man. Pardon me?
texting me, calling me at late at night, like 12 o'clock at night, sending me crazy text messages.
How often?
Like probably an hour, every half an hour.
that is not correct.
And you have any evidence of that?
I didn't know it was going to. She was taking
You
me
didn't
to
know you
court.
were coming to court?
No, so I raised.
You just
those
got
money.
on the plane. What did they tell you?
No, it's
They told you were going to New York. They said, we're going to give you a ride to New York. Get on the plane. And then they kidnap you and drop you off into Chicago and drop you off into the courtroom.
No, sir.
So you did know you were coming here.
But I already erased the text messages.
You just said the reason you didn't bring them because you didn't know you were coming here. That's what you said. Now you're changing your story again.
No, I meant I didn't
because
know
you
she was-
realized that story made you look slow.
I meant
For you to say you didn't know you were coming here to court today. Ma'am, what type of calls or texts and how often? That's pretty much the question, is how often, and whether you were cursing him or
Every
whatever.
2 weeks when he told me that he was going to pay me my money, the only reason why I was calling him at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because he was already out with his little girlfriend. Yes, I was asking why he's out with his little girlfriend. Where's my money at?
So you're telling me you were texting and calling this man at 2 a.m. because he was out with a young lady. I believe him. Now you do want him.
No,
that's what you said, ma'am.
Not that
I'll
he
grant
was-
you,
no,
sir,
no.
$500 for your harassment. She has admitted to
No,
calling
not-
you.
no, no, no.
Ma'am, please be
Oh,
quiet
okay.
before I dismiss your case. She has admitted to calling you at 2 and 3 in the morning because you are out with a young girl. Now, ma'am, even though he was out with a young girl and that may have meant that he could pay you later, why did you choose that hour to call? You could have called him in the morning, text him in the morning and say, yeah, you spent your money out last night with a young girl. Instead, you wanted to call him and bug him right when he's on his date. That says something.
No,
$500 is your judgment because she harassed you by calling you at 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning, right when you were out with a young girl. She interrupted that fund. I'll grant you your $2,000. He does not deny owing you that amount. $2,000 for the plaintiff, $500 for the defendant, $1,500 you're left with. Have a good day.
You know that I don't have a crush on you, Sean, and that is not true, and you know it.
Well, that's
And
what
I
she's
have
saying.
no reason to harass you. I only called you once for my money. That is the
3
only
o'clock in the
reason.
morning? Oh, really? Okay.
Whatever.